How's it going? Okay, in this game, not too happy about this game because I mean these guys really wanted to win the misfortune and this guy and I mean these guys were omega good. Well, it's not like they were super good. It's just that they were playing against such feeders, and yet they still could not win the game. Let me demonstrate. Basically, this was very good battle between me being extreme feeder. Like, who is more competent? Because we had 3 super carries on our team. They had 3 omega feeders. Omega feeders. I'm talking about like the bot lane was omega feeding on the enemy team. So think about it. 3 super carries in here. One player, he's a bit of a feeder, but he's not really trying to feed. He's just a bad player. Like super bad player, but he's not proactively. So he is, to some extent, little bit helping late game to 3 omega carries to win, right? And they still could not do it. Despite the fact that they have 3 super feeders, I could still lose the game. It was extremely difficult to do. But I still managed to do it. Because there is way more agency for losing than there is for carrying. You have to understand, this is 3 carries with 3 enemy feeders, and I'm feeding, and I can still lose the game alone. Okay, look at the bot lane. Look, the only kills they got were on me. They're effectively 0-11. 0-11. 1-5 Vayne, and the only kill she got was on me. Okay? So this is 0-5. This is 0-5-0-6. Completely flat mid lane, because this mid laner was completely passive. He wasn't doing anything, right? And look at the top laner. Double the farm, 4 kills. Ahead on minions, ahead on levels. Everything is ahead, right? Their jungler, the only kill, he got like a couple of kills, but he got a couple of kills, I think, on Trash, but I had to feed him first blood. Like, the first kill was on me, you see, here. And I also led him to my blue buff, you see? What I do now is I feed, and I bring them over here to give them a clue. Oh, I can take the blue buff. He, for some reason, did not clear my jungle. I don't know why. Maybe he's afraid. Look, you see, I brought him to the blue buff, he kills me, he goes to the blue buff. That's what they do. It's like the most obvious thing to do. I was expecting him to clear the Grump as well, but he didn't, right? He just, I don't know, afraid or whatever, right? But look at the state of the game in here. Do you see, we have gold advantage, we have kill advantage, everything is in our favor. Okay, look, 7-1 top lane. 7-1. 15 kills misfortune with Trash. And these guys are just feeding and feeding and feeding. Mid laner, the only kills, like, he got a couple of kills on me and then on Ahri. Ahri is just not a super good player, but he's not actively trying to feed. And then look at the state of the game, you see? We're still ahead in gold. Because like Misfortune and these guys are just omega fed. And think about the combo. Trash, Misfortune, and Yone. It's a wombo combo. Right? It's a wombo combo. And these guys do not have wombo combo. Their draft is horrendous. It's just, the draft is very bad. Technically speaking, if they position incorrectly, these guys can just one-shot them with their ults. Like Trash, Misfortune, and Yone, they can literally one-shot them because they're so squishy. And still, it wasn't enough. You see? It wasn't enough. So that's what I'm saying. In this game, the more Riot removes ability for the... the more they convert it into a team game, the more of a agency for feeders to lose the game. It becomes like whoever has the shittiest player just hard loses, and there's nothing you can do about it. Do you know what I'm saying? So the game will become more toxic because the cost of having a feeder on your team is increasing. Like the ability to carry is decreasing, but the cost of having feeder is increasing. So you are becoming like, that's what I'm saying, is that I told you before the patch, before they released all this bullshit, all these new changes, I told you League of Carry is gonna be very good for this, because when you're on the winner's team, there is no way for you to lose the game. Just impossible, because the agency for single player to win the game is just vanished. It's not in the game anymore. Right? Back then, you could at least split push. You could do a little bit of kind of like maybe split pushing, you know, kind of maybe take soul some. But I don't know. Even back then, it was very, very difficult. It's just before Lethal Temple nerf, you could kind of maybe sneak out objectives, sneak out Baron, sneak out a couple of kills, because with Lethal Temple you can snowball so quickly, and you can maybe you snowball so hard you could afford to waste an item slot on lifesteal, so you could just go and solo something like Baron or Dragon or something like this, right? But right now it's just like Lethal Temple is just not there. It just doesn't. It's not viable, right? So again, that's what I'm saying, is that like. And look at Vayne, like, I mean, holy shit, this guy is so bad. And their bot lane is so bad. And yet, these three guys, Omega fed, with advantage in gold, still could not do it. Because I have control over the game, on the losing side. I wish they bring it back, where you could have the same control over where you get to win or lose the game, where if you really, really try hard, you can do shenanigans so you can win the game alone, right? But it's not there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, like, without dodging, this game is just not playable. And look at Vayne, man. Like, this guy just won the game. You have to understand, this guy won the game. Look at his decision making. He decided, like, look at his farm, 85 farm at 40 minutes. This is horrendous. And he wins. Look. Here, look. Let me just remove the sound real quick. Well, it's not really loud, so. Look, he decided, and I could see him on the map, because if you look at my vision, I can see him. Look, I go and I see Vayne. Look at where he's standing. So this guy is Omega fed. Ahri has a stun, turret is in here, Thresh is coming up, and I'm in the jungle. He literally suicide. And his plan was to gank them and kill them. Do you see what I'm saying? Is that this guy alone can lose you the game. But unless you have a professional kind of feeder like myself, who is like actively knows how to lose the game, like you would not win. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not possible. And I'm thinking to myself, holy shit, what is he doing? Like, his plan is to gank Ahri and Omega fed Yone. I tried to add him, I wanted to talk to him, like, is he mentally disabled, or is he like 5 years old? I couldn't understand, like, and for the whole game, he was just like that. It was just like what is he doing, do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I gave him kills. I'm actually surprised how strong Kayn is. Like, he just does so much damage to pushes. It's like crazy. No, like, naturally I don't do anything. I don't use my abilities. I just try to auto attack. Because even if I use one ability, Vayne is just dead. So naturally he kills me. Right. So you see, I didn't use anything. I didn't ghost, whatever. But you see how much damage is Kayn doing just with like auto attacks. Like, it's just, it's either Vayne is like too squishy or something like this, or I don't know. Like, it's just, I noticed that like he just does too much damage to squishy champions. I don't know why. Like, I was like 0-5 and I could easily solo their Twitch. Like, I'm talking about not even losing any health. That's what I'm saying, is that this champ possibly could be a contender for carrying the league. But the bottom line, like, of this video is that they still lost the game. These hard carries, even with Misfortune, which I think is an overpowered champ for sure, her ult is just obnoxious. It's just way too strong. And they still... Obviously, I'm not doing anything. So you see... because you see, again, also if you're planning to play reverse league, I call it like reverse league where you're trying to lose the game. You have to play jungle because then they will have objective, which is massive advantage for the enemy. So you can see like even with 3 feeders, objectives are so strong that the carries are just struggling to win the game just because the soul buff is just so overpowered. And of course the enemy... I don't think they took Baron, did they? No, I don't think so. No, they did. I think they're doing it right now. Yeah. Again, you see shenanigans I can do. I'm gonna go, take the red, and transfer it to this guy, because he is not very good, so he could do with the slow. So I just went ahead. Transfer complete. See, so that gives him a bit of more power, so that if some shit sticks on him, like Yone, right? The dragons are doing their work, it's just Yone is just not doing enough damage at this stage. Despite 6 item build with Infinity Edge, with crit, he's still just not doing enough damage. And this guy is not even on 6 items. But as you see, like again, it's just broken. Like it's just... The problem with this game is just the damage is just late game. It's because you see armor is percentage reduction, and it's just when everybody's level 18, like Tryndamere has the same problem. Even if you buy armor pen, like you just don't do enough damage, especially to shit like Tahm Kench and like Mundo, you just don't do enough damage, and that's it. And that's one of the problems. And if they get like soul, pretty much game over. You just can't do damage. That's it. So you see all of this gold that was advantage, whatever. We had like what, 3, 4, 5,000 gold advantage. Doesn't matter in the late game because most of that shit is gonna go into damage, but that gets hard countered by levels and a little bit of armor. So like you're purchasing like Infinity Edge that's supposed to do 100 damage, but it only ends up doing 30 damage, and now everybody has shitloads of health. It's just like it doesn't really matter that much. And of course the dragons as well is just horrendous shit. I'm telling you, like, this game is like, unless you have good teammates, like, good luck carrying. You're not gonna carry. Like, it's just because it's... One person can lose you the whole game. And that's it. That's my thesis for today. You either dodge, or you play 2-1, where you lose 2 games and play 1 game, where your teammates are good. It's all about the teammates. It's not really about your gameplay. It's all about the teammates, because, I mean, you can't get a more obvious example than this, because not only were these guys hard-fed, I'm talking about carries. Like, we have 3 omega-fed carries. They have 3 feeders, and I could still lose the game by myself. So this game is just, there's way too much agency for one bad player to lose you the entire game than there is for even 3 good players to carry the game. So that's what I'm saying, is that like the game is just, it's so team dependent. It's like, and the further the game goes, the worse it gets. Like now with these objectives, with this fleet of whatever strength, you get this. It's all like teamwork, but in that scenario, your individual ability is like diminished, you know. So I'm telling you, like, coaching is not gonna help you. What's gonna help you is dodging. If you want immediately impact on your winning rate, you have to dodge. That's like the fastest way to increase your win rate, because one bad player you're not gonna carry, and that's it. As I'm showing you, it's just too much agency for feeder to lose you the game. So all those, because think about it, right? How fast can you generate gold? Okay, as a player, I can every minute give enemy at least 300 to 200 gold. You simply cannot generate gold fast enough, right? And defense items are so OP, plus the objectives are so OP. like, it's just no way. There's just mathematically no way for you to win. And that's it, right? That's why stuff like, dodging works, right? And that's why Riot does not want dodging to be in the game, because they want to control your win rate, right? And the way they do that is bounce equalizers, like feeders, right? So, for example, if they want somebody to lose, they can put like 3 veins in here, and if I played, even if I clicked one button, one Q in a team fight, we would have won this game, because these guys are so obnoxiously bad. All I have to do is press one Q in one team fight, and Twitch and Vayne would have died, and then the team would have cleaned them up, probably. Because I did I didn't probably show you, I probably should have showed you. I tried in one team fight, I shit you not, I pressed one Q and one W, and we won the team fight. And that's it. That's it. That was all. Right? So that's why you saw me like staying away from team fights, is because I was like, shit, if I just enter team fight, press a button, we're gonna win. So I had to kind of avoid it, That's what I'm saying, is that you see, like, again, is the system wants me to win, so it's just... And believe me, next game, these guys are gonna get even worse, and these teammates... Like, Ahri is not gonna be in my team next game. I'm gonna get another Yone probably on my team. So I'm gonna go with my Nasus, and I'm gonna get 30 KDA probably, that game. Because all the enemy is gonna be like these Vaynes, and Twitches, and Pantheons, right? They're gonna go like on minus 20 spree, and they're gonna be like... Don't even know what objectives are. Do you know what I'm saying? Or it could be balanced. It could be, but most of the time it's not, honestly. Most of the time you get this kind of like Malzahar, who is like super passive. He doesn't really do anything. So you just farm for free, and then you just right-click him twice, and he dies, because Nasus is just free farming for 15 minutes. It's like, dude, it's like 700 stacks, by 17 minutes. It's like, it's too much, like. And levels, like Nasus also scales with levels. And then what is Twitch and, Twitch and Malzahar, what are they gonna do against Nasus with 700 stacks and 2 items? Who is already same level as they are with scaling. I also take scaling runes, it's just, he's gonna right click them and that's it, they're gonna die. That's about it. Okay, alright, so, bottom line of this video is that the agency for winning in this game relative to the agency of one person losing you the game, it's just way imbalanced. Like, it takes too much to win the game, and it takes very little to lose the game. So that's what I'm saying, is that you cannot play League of Legends without dodging, or without pre-made teammates, without scouting your teammates, because as I'm demonstrating, one player is enough to absolutely poop on any efforts of hard carries. Even if they had omega feeders, you're still gonna lose. And that's it. And that's the way. And it's nothing to do with the skill, it's to do with game design. And that's the way the game is designed. And the more they design it towards being a team game, the worse it gets, the more dependency you have on your teammates, and the more agency the feeder has to just solo lose you the game, as I'm like showing you in here. Okay? So always scout your teammates, dodge, and play. I don't know, some people ask me, should I play ranked? Well, they want to play ranked, so I'm saying flex queue is the only way to do it. You cannot go solo queue. It's just not possible. Alright, take care, bye-bye.